All right. Yeah. When we start, first we need to start with a simple database example. Yeah. So first I want to, when we look at the SQL queries, we need to look at the concrete database first. Yeah. To get some concrete view. Yeah. MySQL database. Yeah. So first, I haven't uploaded. Yeah. After today's class, I will upload our first database. Very simple one. Yeah. And here, create MySQL database. Yeah. The first thing you need to work on the database, you need to create it first. Yeah. So later I will show you. Yeah. All right, so we have an example. I will use that example so download the database transcript. I will give you a simple database called Animal DB. It only contains one table, animal survey, pets. Yeah. So we do statistics. Yeah. So each person. So what is your pet? So then you make votes. Okay. So then we show the statistics. That's simple example. Okay. So in that one, we only need one table. Okay. List the pets and the number of votes. So that's all we need. Yeah. All right. First, we look at the database script used to, SQL, so that the script contains a sequence of SQL statements, a set of SQL statements. Yeah, I will show you. Oh, the chat message. Yeah, I see one chat message. Let me double check. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, check out. Yeah, because last time I remember one student told me after the class, one student told me that student cannot hear my voice. Yeah, after the class. Yeah. So for that reason, when I see a chat message, I need to see it immediately. Something could be wrong. Yeah, the communication has some problem. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. This time looks fine. Yeah. Yeah. Because I do not mute. Last time I muted. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then run the database. I will show you later. Yeah. So here, so this database only contains this one single table. Yeah. Create table. So this is a SQL statement. Okay. Create table. If not exists. Yeah. So here, this is something, I want to explain a little bit. Yeah. If not exists. Yeah. From the meaning you can guess. If this table does not exist, then you can create it. Yeah. If it exists, then skip this command. Yeah. But why people do it this way? Yeah, it's very common. People write a statement like this. Yeah. The reason is because sometimes you have this table created, right? Then you run this command again, then you get a syntax error. Yeah. It's very common. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, in order to avoid, because sometimes when you work, you forget. So what tables you already have. Yeah. Especially sometimes some people may like to modify the table. Yeah. I know it exists. Yeah. But I want to remove the old table and update it by a new table. Yeah. So that also happens frequently. Yeah. So in that way, yeah. So you need to remove the old one and then create a new one. Yeah. So that's another common situation. Yeah. But here, so here I say run the database script. Yeah. Later I will show you. We have a command window. Okay, yeah, we have a SQL command window. So we just copy this statement, copy paste, and run. But there is a problem. The first question: create MySQL database. You need to create it first. Yeah. So to create it, yeah, in our GUI interface, we have a tab that allows us to create a new database. Yeah. So you type new database, then click create. Yeah. But there is another situation. So that's why before you run the script, you need to look at them, because sometimes the create database is in the script you downloaded. So, create. Yeah, capital like this. Yeah. Create database. Right? Yeah. And the database name. Yeah. So you can see sometimes the script, usually at the top line, okay, it already contains. Then in that situation, you do not create it in the GUI interface. Yeah. You just run the script directly. It contains create. Yeah. All right. So you need to check your script. If it does not contain that create database line, then you need to create it. Okay? Yeah. In your database, what's the database name? So you need to create it. Okay? If it already contains that create database line, then you just use it. Okay? You just run the script directly. Okay? Yeah. If you do not create a database, then you run the script directly, then there is a confusion. Which database do you want to use to run this database, to run the script, right? With respect to, because in your GUI interface, there are a list of databases. There are a list of databases. You manage them all together. But when you run a particular script, which of the databases in the list you want to use, it's unknown, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you need to specify which database you want to use. Yeah. All right. So here, after this slide, I jump to that, interface to show you. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So then run. So two things: create database, run the database script. Yeah. Yeah. Then basic SQL operation. After that, so you have the one database installed. Okay, it's available. All the tables in this database, so all available. Yeah. So next we can practice basic SQL operations. Okay, all right. Retrieval. Yeah. So retrieval, insertion, update, deletion. Yeah. These four basic operations. Yeah. Retrieval, yeah. Basic syntax, select statement. Yeah. Later, I will practice 5 simple retrieval examples. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So after I explain everything, so then we will practice 5 simple examples. Then insertion, the syntax. Insertion, update, syntax like that. Deletion, like that. Yeah. Because the last 3 type pretty straightforward. Yeah. So usually we do not need to practice. So we just follow the syntax and run the commands. But for the select, because there are so many different ways to retrieve the information, so we need a lot of practice. Yeah. And when I give you homework questions, test questions, all retrieval, okay? Yeah. All retrieval SQL queries. Yeah. For others, because so simple, so I do not need to, test you. Okay, too easy, too simple. Yeah. So I don't worry about other commands. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Now, yeah. Regarding the meaning, yeah, some of you, when you look at the, these lines, yeah, you may not, because there are a lot of details. So you may not be able to understand all the details. Yeah, maybe some of them, not all the details. Yeah. Next topic, I will explain all the details. Yeah. So here, just let's look at how to work on a particular database. So let me show you the demo first. All right. Still, I need to, start a database server thing. Yeah. Yeah. Let me just, start my XAMPP control panel. And then I need to start two servers, right? Yeah. Before, let me bring down. Yeah. Two servers. First, Apache server. Yeah. Because our PHP, my admin, it's a PHP web application. So we need an Apache server to run this web application. So we need to start it first. Then MySQL database server. Yeah. Yeah. No error. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So ready. So we can start. Yeah. So when we, yeah. So localhost. Yeah. Because Apache running on localhost. Gives you my admin. Yeah. Good. The first time takes quite long. Quite long. Patient. Yeah. Longer than before. All right, yeah, now see, look at a list of databases, left-hand side, yeah. Those are used. Look at the database tab, okay, so this one, yeah, by, the first tab. You click it, this place, you can create a database, okay? So here, our database, AnimalDB, I already have one, so here to show you, I put two. This is a new one, okay? Animal, new one. I need to use a different database name. Create. Yeah, so it's created, okay? But it's an empty database, nothing there, okay? So this is an AnimalDB2, yeah, selected. Because after you create it, it is selected. So it is selected, that means it's a current database. Current database, already selected. All right. Then you click this SQL tab, you get a SQL command window. So this place you can either type or copy paste. So usually for short command we type, but long command, sometimes long list of commands. So we copy paste. All right. Then AnimalDB. So here, I will upload this AnimalDB. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Animal.sql is a text file. Okay. After I upload, you can use a text editor. Yeah, so here I use text editor. Right click. Yeah, I use Notepad++. Okay. Open it. Yeah. In a lot of comments. Yeah. So you see, a lot of if you ignore the comments, that's the SQL statement. One table definition and the data of this table insert into. Yeah. Insert, that's the data. The table definition and the data part. Then primary key. Okay. All right. But you can see at the beginning, there is no create database line. No create database line. That means you need to manually create by yourself. For some of the database script, there is a create line. So then you just run it directly. Later, I will give you company database, university database. Yeah. So we will check if there is a create database line before we run it. All right, so now let's just copy paste. Okay, so that's the useful part. Okay, other comments not useful. Okay, other yeah. So we only copy this part. Paste here. Yeah. All right. Then go. There is a go button. Click go button. Yeah. So no error message. The table created. Look at here. Survey results. That's the table name. Okay. You click it. That's the content of the table. Okay. ID of the pets. Then survey option. That's the name of the pets. Then votes. Okay. So that's a simple table. Okay. So the database is ready. Now it's ready. And you can run the query. So if you use this table, yeah. So the default, select a star from where, we can put a condition. Yeah. Votes, let's say, so votes greater than 5. Okay. So that we want to list the pet's name with more than 5 votes. Go. Yeah, query result. These 4 pets. Yeah, so more than 5 votes. Yeah, I mean, you just type a command and see the result. Okay, so that's the basic process. You practice. Okay, you answer your homework questions, even test questions if you want to, do experiments here. It is allowed. You can do experiments here. All right. Yeah, so that's this topic. Next topic, I need to explain the detailed, meaning. Yeah. So each line, some information is, I need to explain. Otherwise, you have a lot of questions. All right, let's move to the next topic. Next topic, DPON 3, data format in database. Here I explain relatively simple data formats, because in module 2 we will learn, more deeper data formats. All right. Okay, yeah. Every time I need to change the color. All right, traditional data format. Yeah. Because non-traditional, it's different. So here, the most popular data format, these 2 types, textual or numeric. Textual string, okay, string values. Numeric, numbers. These 2 most popular. Other than these 2, there are a few more. Yeah. But these 2. So first we need to understand these 2 types. How to handle these 2 types of data. So let's look at our table definition. In the table definition, I like you to look at, because this part, that's the data part. I like you to, make your observation carefully. Can you see the difference? When you see the data, can you see any, small differences in the data representation? Yeah. Because all these rows belong to the data part. Yeah. you examine these rows, can you see in the data representation, there is some small difference in data representation? Andy?
The left side increase by increments and the other is
All right.
values.
All right. Here, because you tell me you observe the property that's based on the values, right? Yeah. So here, don't look at the values. Look at the format. Okay. Yeah. Because here, yes, Angie, the quotes. Yeah, quotes is important. So here, the quotes, you can see the textual data. You need to use quotes. Okay. Yeah. Regarding the quotes, there are single quotes and double quotes. Two ways. Yeah. But single quotes is the SQL standard, right? Double quotes not SQL standard. Okay? Single quotes belong to the SQL standard to represent non-numerical value. Okay? So here I say we use quotes, put it around non-numerical value. Other than string value, we have other non-numerical value. Okay? Yeah. Later you will see the date value, for example, date. It's non-numeric. Okay? Yeah. So there are many other non-numerical values. We all use quotes. Single quotes. Double quotes not SQL standard. That means sometimes it's supported, sometimes not supported, because not standard, right? So in order to make sure you can use non-numerical values everywhere, so you should use the single quotes. All right? Yeah. MySQL support double quotes. Okay? MySQL supports double quotes. So in your SQL query, if you use double quotes around non-numerical value, it works for MySQL. Okay? So that's one thing. Yeah. Then numerical values, you do not use quotes in the data representation. Yeah. Here you can see 1, 9, integers. If not floating point, you do not need to use quotes. Yeah. So here visually you can see which one is the string data or non-numerical data, which one is numerical data. So visually you can tell the difference. Yeah. All right. But later in the programming, so then the way because in our PHP programming, when we write our code, do you need to separate numerical data and string data? Think about that. Because sometimes if the data type could be numeric, could be non-numeric, right? Because sometimes when you write a statement, you want to make your statement very general, very general. If it's very general, then it means it covers numeric and non-numeric. Yeah. So in the programming, we will have that kind of details we need to work. Yeah. But here, I don't want to go that far this early, because still, for you, a little early to get to the programming details, right? Yeah. So here, just you see the difference first. All right. Then, other than this data format difference, can you see a little more something just you feel a little special? Can you see that? Yeah. In the notation, look at the notation. Is there anything a little special? You feel? Yeah.
They use backticks.
Yes, backticks. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because you compare this single quote, right? And these names using backticks and single quotes, they are different notations, right? Yeah. Do you want to ask why? Why sometimes you use backticks, sometimes you use, because they represent different meanings. For quotes, single quotes, non-numerical data. That's the data, right? Yeah. Backticks, first you can see not for data, right? Not for data. Here, we apply backticks around the first thing, table name. Yeah. This is table name, right? Yeah. Second, field name. Yeah. ID, the name of the first column, first field. Yeah. Survey option, field name of the second column. Roads, so field names and table names. Then people may put a pair of backticks around it. For what reason? For what reason? Yeah, here. Yeah. The one question I want to ask you here is, if I remove these backticks, do you feel it works or not? Here, I just, I copy them. Before I run the command, I remove all these backticks, then I run it. Do you feel still okay or not? Think about that. Yeah. Let me tell you the answer. For this particular example, it is okay. No problem. Okay? But the problem is sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. Okay? If you use backticks, always work. Okay? No problem. Now, what's that reason? Here, there is something important reason behind it. Yeah. So at this point, I want to let you know. In SQL, there are many keywords, right? SQL keywords. This question related to the SQL keywords. Okay? Yeah. For example, select is the keyword, right? From is the keyword. Okay? There are many keywords in SQL. Okay? Yeah. And probably there are hundreds of different keywords. Yeah. Yeah. We know SQL is very complicated. Okay? Yeah. So the question is, because nobody can memorize all the keywords, right? Think about how can you memorize if there are hundreds of keywords? How can you memorize that? Nobody can memorize. Nobody in the world can memorize keywords. Now you think about it. Is it possible people by accident put a keyword as the table name or the field name? Is that possible? Yeah. You may use some special name for your table, but it happens to be a keyword. Yeah. Right? You use a special name for your field, but it happens to be a keyword. Then you get a syntax error. Yeah. Because the DBMS does not allow you to use a key. Because if you put a keyword, then the interpretation will be different, right? Yeah, because it will use that word as the special meaning. It's a keyword. There is a special meaning for it, right? So you cannot use keyword in that way, right? So in order to tell DBMS, although the spelling of this word the same as a keyword, but I do not want DBMS use it as a keyword. I want the DBMS use it as a literal name, okay? Just a literal name. Do not treat it as a keyword. Yeah. Treat it just as a literal name there, okay? That's the reason people put a pair of backticks around it. Okay, ready? Escape. Okay, escape from the keyword, right? So you do not interpret it. You do not use it as a keyword, even if it happens to be the name as a keyword, but do not use it. Okay, yeah. Here, there is an example. So here I show you a simple example here. Yeah. Because that's based on my experience before. Yeah. Yeah. So there is an example. A keyword, one keyword is called a use. Just the use, this USE. Yeah. Because before we develop a project, so there is a table called this use table. Okay, the table name is use. Okay? Yeah. So in the ESI, yeah, we did a project for ESI. Yeah. So because they ask us, so you cannot change this name. You have to use this table name. Okay? You cannot change it. Yeah. But use is a keyword in MySQL. Okay? Yeah. Use database. Okay? Use database. Yeah. How do you set the current database? You use the command use database name. Okay? How do you make it a current database? Because there is a long list of databases there. Which one you choose as the current one, right? You type a command, use database name. So that one is set as the current database. Okay? So use is a command, is a keyword. Yeah. But if you want to use this use as the table name, you need a parallel backtick, okay? Around it. Then no problem. Okay? Then you're fine. Okay? Yeah. So that's the the meaning. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then about other data, multimedia data. Yeah. So here, first, multimedia data, we refer to these three types: image, audios, and videos. Yeah. Typically, these three types of multimedia data. But the question is, how do we store multimedia data in a database, right? Yeah. Because in our usual web applications, it's very common. People need to use a lot of multimedia data, right? Yeah. But we need to store, okay? We need to store the multimedia data. Yeah. The question, how do you store the multimedia data in a database? Yeah. All right. So there is a SQL data format support for multimedia data. Look at the name. This is the name of the data types. Capital letters, blob. Yeah. All right. Binary large object. Yeah. So the meaning of this blob. Yeah. Binary large objects. Yeah. All right. So you can see it's a binary data format. Yeah. So you can store in a table, but you expect the data you store, it's a binary data. Not textual, not numeric, not textual, but binary data. Yeah. Binary data not readable, right? So you can view, a lot of symbols. Yeah. You cannot understand the meaning, the binary data. Yeah. So the DBMS has the capability to store multimedia data as this blob data type. Okay, has the capability. Yeah. Yeah. But most of the time people don't store in this way. Most of the time people do not store the multimedia data in this way. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. First, if you store it this way, it uses a lot of space, right? Yeah, we know binary data, usually the size is pretty big. Okay? How large is the image size, right? Yeah. How large is the video size, right? Yeah. Audio size, yeah. So you need to use a lot of data size in your database. So that's one thing, not very convenient. All right? Yeah. Second, when you view your data, you know nothing, right? Yeah. You do not get any useful information when you view the data. All right? So, yeah. All right. And you cannot edit data, right? Yeah, because the binary, how can you edit? You cannot edit. Yeah. For other data, we can edit, right? Texture data, we can edit directly, from because the GUI interface gives us the editing capability, okay? Yeah. But binary data, how can you edit? Okay? Yeah. Don't touch it, because you may break it. You may corrupt it, right? You may corrupt your binary data. Yeah. All right. So here we compare two possible ways. The first is the binary way. Yeah. So here we are talking about the first way, the binary way. Okay. We store data directly. Yeah. But most of the time, people do not store the data directly. People store data indirectly. Okay. Indirectly, more convenient to use indirectly. So that's the second way. Second way, we use the textual information. So we store the file paths. Yeah. All right. So these multimedia data, you have files, right? Yeah. Yeah. So each image, you have an image file, right? Each audio, you have audio file, video file. Yeah. You have the original files, right? The original file, you store the original files in a server. Yeah. So it's a hard drive of the server. Yeah. You need to store the original files in the server anyway, right? Yeah. Yeah. Then you only store the link to the files. Okay? Because the links, the textual information, right? URL, okay? URL, okay? Yeah. YouTube, because video in YouTube, there is a link, right? Yeah, YouTube, the ID. Yeah. Each video there is a unique ID, okay? So the ID is contained in that link. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So you can store that information in a table. That's the texture information. Okay. Yeah. So you can see. Okay. Yeah. You can edit. Yeah. Yeah. But usually people do not edit. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. The second way is the commonly used way. Not the first way. The first way. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So especially in our web applications. Yeah. Because when we need to use the multimedia data, usually we provide our users the links, right? It's enough. Yeah. So how do you provide your user a YouTube video, right? Yeah. You just embed that video using its ID, right? Yeah. For this class, when I post the videos, I embed the YouTube ID. I only need to use the YouTube ID. Okay? Yeah, that's enough. I do not need to carry that whole file, right? That video file. So big, not convenient. So I only need to give you the ID, okay? The link, yeah. The same idea when we use the multimedia data, we only need to provide our users links, okay? URLs. Yeah. That's enough. Yeah. All right. Data format for social media. Now, let me explain the non-traditional data. Yeah. Yeah. So the previous slide, that's the traditional data, okay? But for social media, then the structure becomes different. So let's look at social, non-traditional data. Yeah. Yeah. Non-traditional data, yeah. So usually it comes from posts, tweets, images, video clips, yeah, because your post tweets may contain images, videos, yeah, that information, yeah. All right, yeah. Then the structure. What's the structure for that data? Yeah. We need to describe its structure. And another property, usually the tweets, posts in social media, the amount of data is large. So every day, every hour, every minute, every second, large amount of data generated, social media data. Here we are talking about social media data generated in the world, right? Yeah, yeah. All right. So that's a property. Yeah. So generated quickly, every second, large amount of data generated. Yeah. All right. But people need to represent that a large amount of data efficiently. Why? Because those social media companies, they want to make their data searchable, right? Searchable, you know. Tweets, posts, to be searchable, okay? So you search for some news, you can get a result immediately. Searchable, okay? All right. Yeah. But question is how to make the data immediately searchable, immediately. Yeah. So a technical problem needs to be solved. How to make the social media data immediately searchable. That's the basic requirement for social media data. For traditional data, that's not a requirement, okay? For traditional data, it is not required to be immediately searchable, okay? Yeah. So traditionally, it can take some time to be searchable, all right? Yeah. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to be searchable. Yeah. But for social media, that's the basic requirement. Okay? Immediately searchable. Yeah. All right. Then a simple structure is used for social media, non-traditional data. What's that structure? Key value pairs. Key value. Okay? How to represent data? Yeah. You first, when you describe the data, you need to use a key. Yeah. You need to use a key. Okay? Yeah. Search key. Yeah. Because key is used, for search. The key. Okay? Yeah. Other than that search key, then the data, content of the data, right? The content of the data, that's the value part. Okay? Yeah. The search key, then the content of the data, value. So it is represented, or it is modeled. It is modeled as the key value pairs. The data is modeled as the key value pairs. In our real world applications, we use the key value pairs a lot, right? Yeah. Think about it. In Java, when we represent properties, we use key value pairs, right? How do you represent a Java property? Key name, key, you need to give a name. Yeah. Property name, okay, property name. So that's the corresponds to key. Okay, property name should have a name. Then equal, okay? Yeah. So in Java, how do you represent a property? Yeah, so properties. Okay, all right. The format of property, okay? Yeah. Property file is a text file. You prepare Java property file is a text file, okay? Text file. Then, in this text file, there are many lines, line by line, okay? Each line corresponds to one property, okay? One property. Then, each line, one property, there is a standard format for one property, okay? Yeah. The format for that property is standard format. Property name, okay? String, so property name, equal sign, okay? Equal sign. Then property value. Okay, yeah, so that's one line. Okay, yeah. All right. Many lines, that's the Java property files. Yeah. Okay. Different programming languages may represent their data differently. Then, another place we use key value pairs. When you surf the web, yeah, sometimes you surf the web, okay? And you need to send the parameters to the server, right? Yeah, because sometimes when you need to access some features, you need to send the parameters to the server. For example, here, I'll give you a simple example. For example, when you need to read you know, read a special page in the reference book in some database. Let's look at, you know, some education web application, okay? You know, some education company, so they make some application, so they provide you many reference books, okay? So you can go to any reference book, you know, study the content in any page. All right, but when you need to do search, right? You need to find which reference book, okay? Then you need to find which chapter of that book, right? Then which section or which page, you know, you need to find the, you know, because that's the page you are interested in, right? Yeah. But how do you tell the server, I want to go to this particular book, this chapter, this page? How do you want? You set the parameters to, okay? You set a set of parameters, okay? Yeah. But the question is, how do you send the parameters to a server? Okay, so here the question. How to send parameters to a server? The answer is parameter key value pairs. Okay. Oh, sometimes people call it name value pairs. You know, it's the same thing. Yeah. Because sometimes it may not be key, right? Sometimes people call name value pairs. Parameter name and a parameter value, name value pairs, you send to the server. Okay? For example, let me give you an example. Okay? Just use that book example, right? Yeah. First, you need to have the host name, right? Yeah, some host name. Okay. Yeah. Here. Host name. Okay. All right. Slash. Yeah. And you may have some file PHP. Here I use some, you know, f.php, okay? Yeah, because you may need to include the specific data processing file. This PHP file is used for data processing, okay? So you need to include that data processing file name. After this file name, then you send a parameter, use a question mark, okay? Right after the data process file, you put a question mark, you know, to mark this is. After the question mark, I need to attach the data parameter. Okay, attach the data. All right, the data part first. Data. I need to tell the server the name of the parameter. Yeah. Actually, the programmer is determined, so not the user. Okay, user just use it. Right. The programmer will, for example, the book ID. For example, BK ID. This is the parameter equals 10. Yeah, let's say in this BK ID equals 10. All right, equal that 10 is the parameter value. Equal sign separate. Equal sign separate the name and the value. All right, but after the book ID, I need to send another parameter. Okay, so I need to separate. Use the ampersand sign is used. Ampersand sign is used to separate different parameters. Okay, page. All right, I need to tell which page I want to access. PG equals 5, for example. Okay, the second parameter I send. PG equals 5. Ampersand. If I have more parameters, another ampersand. Okay, then the third name equal third value ampersand. You can send a sequence of parameters. Okay. So that's the, you know, you can see here I want to say the name value pairs. This way to represent it, it's very common in the real world applications. Okay, yeah, because it's simple, straightforward, simple. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of places people use the name value pairs or key value pairs. Okay. Yeah. All right. And the social media, non-traditional data, this simple type. It's simple, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because the data is modeled by the key value pairs, then you don't need a data description, right? Why you need a data description? Because all the data, yeah. So this is for all data, okay? All data in this format for social media. All data. Then you don't need a data description, right? Yeah. In our traditional data, because the data is so complicated, so we need a data description. Okay? Yeah. But the social media data, yeah, it follows this format everywhere, then no data description is needed. Okay? So that makes the structure of the social media data very simple. Then, so your application, so you only need to deal with key value pairs everywhere. Okay? Everywhere. Yeah. You only need to deal with key value pairs. Yeah. You do not need to explore the relationship. No. Because it's not a relational database. You do not need to explore, data in different tables. What's the relation? That part belongs to the traditional database, not the non-traditional. For the traditional databases, we need to explore the relationships in different tables. Here, they don't need. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then the question, what's the benefit, right? So you make this special structure for the social media data. What's the benefit? Yeah. The benefit, that question, I will answer later because I need to spend a lot of time, okay, yeah, to explain that benefit. Yeah. In module 2, yeah, I will explain. Yeah. Yeah, I need to do some preparation for you, okay? Give you some more background information. Yeah. Then I can explain the benefit of this data design. Yeah. Why this model is so simple, but the benefit is huge. Benefit I already told you a few minutes ago. That's to make the social media data searchable immediately. That's the benefit. Okay, searchable immediately. That's the benefit. Yeah, but I will explain how. Right here, I just tell you the final result, the goal, make it searchable immediately. But how to make it searchable immediately, right? Yeah. So there I need a lot of background information to explain how to make it searchable immediately. All right. Yeah, so that's the non-traditional databases. Yeah, yeah. People, yeah, use a big name for this whole class of non-traditional database. NoSQL, NoSQL. NoSQL means not only. Yeah, it's not only. Yeah, that O means only. Yeah, yeah. So here, not only SQL. So from this name, you can see people do not want to use this special type of data to replace traditional databases. No. Yeah. Because the traditional databases, they're doing good jobs, right? Yeah. Why you replace it? Yeah. So it's a powerful, useful, powerful, important. So why you want to replace it? Not only, but this special type, it can do something, some special features that traditional databases cannot do. Yeah. So that the goal, I told you before, make social media data to be searchable immediately. Traditional data cannot do this, all right? Traditional, no way you can do this, all right? Yeah, so that's the reason. So you have to use some new technique, okay? New technique to do this particular feature, important feature. Traditional data cannot do, all right? So I need to give you that background, yeah. Traditional. So Google search engine make data searchable, right? Make the web pages searchable in the world, but it uses the traditional databases. Okay? Make the web pages searchable, that's the traditional way, right? Yeah. So it's not a non-traditional way, right? So now I need to compare these two ways. Yeah. How different these two ways? In module 2, I will give you that story. All right, here. Yeah, let me look. Oh, I only have about 10 minutes. Yeah, so let me see. Yeah. So I explain the traditional, non-traditional. Yeah. So you can see, yeah. Traditional people emphasize the power. It's very powerful. Okay? Yeah. It can represent the very complicated data. But non-traditional emphasize the simplicity. Okay? Yeah. Try to represent data as simple as possible. So emphasize the simplicity. Okay? Yeah. So you can see it's quite so different. Yeah. Many had a relatively simple data, but large amount. Yeah, large amount. Yeah. Because when you process large amount, you need more data processing time, right? Yeah. When you need more time, it's slower. Yeah, but people feel social media data, people want to access the data immediately. People don't want to wait, okay? Yeah. Wait a few hours or a few minutes, even a few minutes, that's too long, all right? Yeah. So that kind of requirement, traditional DBMS cannot do it. All right. Yeah, supporting fast search. The main reason, the main objective, fast search. All right. Relationship, not replacing traditional databases. Augment traditional database. So those companies, so you can see those big social media companies, actually they use both databases. They use traditional databases and non-traditional, both. Okay? Yeah, because in their business, they still need to use traditional databases a lot. Yeah. But only regarding that social media data, searchable social media data, that part, so they use the non-traditional databases. Yeah. Okay? So they use both. Yeah. All right. Then the last one, demo. Yeah, the demo, although I have 10 minutes, but because my demo is so simple, so I think we can do it in 10 minutes. Yeah. I have 5 examples, but those examples so simple. Okay. I just type some simple command and show you the result. Yeah, but I need to explain the command a little bit. So it's simple. Yeah. First, let me show you the what I plan to do. Create command line. This one. Create database. Here example. This one I do not need to show you. Just let you know. Command line. How do you create a database? At command line you do this. Create database. The database name. Pets, for example. In GUI, that you don't type command. Okay. In GUI, so we type the database name that we create. All right. And run database to populate the data. It includes this line, right? So as I said, so you look at the first line. If there is a create database line, okay? So it could be included in the top, usually the first line. First, non-comment SQL line, because there are comments. Sometimes you see many comments. Okay? You skip those comments. The first SQL command, usually let's create database command. All right. Then, basic operations, yeah, 4 types, yeah, but I only want to show you retrieval. I'll give you 5 examples for the retrieval type. Yeah. All right, so here, let me go to the, yeah. I want to use the W3 school to show you. Yeah. Because W3, there is a place you can do practice. Okay? Yeah, SQL, there is SQL tutorial. That part, you can type command, practice. Yeah. Because here, if I'm afraid some of the students, they may not install the, install the exam, right? Yeah, exam. Yeah. If you haven't installed exam, so then you need to, make your plan to install it. Okay? Yeah. Exam. Yeah. Find the right version. Yeah. So I give you a little more time to get that ready. But before you get it ready, you can use W3 schools to do practice. Okay? Yeah. So here, let me show you. Yeah. So we go to W3 schools. Yeah. Not many minutes, but we because it's pretty fast. So we can complete it just in a few minutes. Yeah. W3 school, there is a MySQL tutorial. Yeah. So the top bar, MySQL. Okay. Yeah. There is a SQL tab and a MySQL tab. You should go to MySQL tab. Yeah. But because the SQL tab is for the general SQL, right? Yeah. MySQL, so we narrow down. Yeah. Yeah. Because SQL is a big umbrella. Yeah. It can be used for Oracle, for so many different DBMS, but we only use it for MySQL. So we go down one level. So you go to this MySQL. Okay, all right. Then, yeah, because there are each command you can try it yourself. That means they allow you to access their server and running the command. Okay, yeah. Yeah. All right. For example, yeah, these are the tables. So this database is called a Microsoft Northwind database. Okay, this one, W3 use Microsoft, so they use this database as an example to show many database related features. Yeah. So here, yeah, we can also use this one. All the tables, okay, employees, categories, yeah, yeah. When you click a table name, yeah, you can see select the content the content of the whole table, yeah, from the table name. Yeah, yeah. So you see the result, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the default command is, show you the content of the whole table. That's the default command. Then I want to show you yeah. So this default version, that's our first example, all right? Then I show you the second example. For example, second example, we add some conditions. Okay, we add some conditions. So the where clause, after the where clause, we add, here, one thing I use the capital letters. Yeah. So that's for the convention. Yeah. Yeah. Let me explain this next time. Yeah. Let me delay the explanation to next class. Yeah. Here, because we only have less than 5 minutes, I only show you the query result. Okay. All right. Yeah. Where? Yeah. Then quantity. Okay? Yeah, there is a quantity. Quantity. Yeah, let's say, what's wrong? I haven't completed. Yeah, quantity. Okay. greater than 10, let's say. Okay, yeah, that's our condition. Run. There you see the query result. You know, all those rows satisfy this condition, quantity greater than 10 are listed. Okay? Yeah, that's the second version. Okay? Second version. So you specify some condition. Yeah. All right. The third example, yeah, because I need to do a little faster. Third example, yeah, because this condition, still there are too many rows, right? Look at the number of records, 1,547. That's too many, right? Yeah. Now, sometimes people want to use this keyword limit. We only want to look at one portion of it, so we don't want to look at all the rows. Right? Yeah, one portion. Let's say starting from 1,000. Okay, the first parameter 1,000. Oh, yeah, junk, right? 1,000. Then starting from that 1,000 row, I only want to look 20 rows. The second parameter, the number of rows I want to view. Yeah, so comma 20, run it. Yeah, see, 20, yeah, but starting from 1,000 row and only show you 20 rows. Yeah. So this, the feature limit, okay? That's the MySQL feature, limit. Yeah. Oracle does not have this feature, okay? So this is a MySQL feature, limit. Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah. Then, yeah, I have 2 minutes. Let me see. Oh, okay. I have 2 minutes. Okay. All right. 2 examples. Yeah. All right. So let me not in rush. Let me stop here. Yeah. Next time, I complete these examples because I need to explain something anyway, right? So I need more time. Okay, I need 15 minutes next time to explain on these 5 examples. All right, that's it.